Hello, how's everyone doing today? I'm Veronica, welcome back to my channel. I remembered to say that for once, yay! So today I wanted to do a video about color theory. Now, where do I have room to talk about color theory? Shocking. I actually studied merchandising management in university and had to take a few color theory courses. So I actually have done a bit with color theory while in university, and I love art and playing with all of that. So that's where it comes from. Just getting some powder ready. And I'm gonna play with makeup while I do this chat, because I think actually seeing it is really, really important instead of just hearing me talk about it. Just color switching my brushes really quick. So, first things first. What is color theory? No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to get into a philosophical conversation. That will just take way too long. Way too long. All right, what I have here is a little bit of a mini color wheel. These, the colorful ones, are my pressed pigments from Makeup Geek. Here we go. We've got your blue, your yellow, and your red. Those are your primary colors when it comes to makeup color theory. They're not actually your primary colors in science. We're not going to worry about that. Then you have your secondary colors, so green, orange, and purple. That's what comes with combining any two of the primary colors together. You have tertiary colors, which I don't have, which are a combination of this primary color and a secondary color, and then this secondary color and this primary color, and on around the wheel. And then we have these ones, which come from adding white. I actually should move this blue one up to the blue. There we go. Which come from adding white to a primary color. Try it again. There. So from adding white to a primary color. We're just gonna go over the basics today. What you can see is I've also put brown in the middle. All right, easy done. The colors that are next to each other are called analogous colors. So they will almost blend together when you put them together, but you can use that for a bit of a statement. So I did a green eye look, a Witcher inspired green eye look yesterday. And I used green, which for my eye color, which I'll get into in just a second, is an analogous color. I'm probably saying that word wrong. Forgive me. To all my teachers, I'm sorry. Yep, don't watch this, please. So it played with my eyes and it made them look quite almost mysterious, like there's a secret I'm hiding back there. It made a statement, but it didn't make my eye itself pop, which I enjoy on occasion. If I were to go across the color wheel, so for the sake of this video, we're going to call my eyes blue. If I were to go across the color wheel, directly from blue, we're getting into the oranges. If I use an orange color, especially in my personal case, an orange toned with yellow, I will have a lot of pop. My blue will just stick out and you'll see it quite well. Now, I've mentioned I have a slightly special eye. It's not special, it's just different. I'm gonna zoom you in. You may be able to see it. Let me focus. There we go. It may be difficult to see with the ring light and I can't turn it down, it's too dark outside. But I have what's called a central heterochromia. And that, in basic English, means central heterochromia. That in basic English means center, hetero, different, chromia, colors. So the center of my eye is a different color than the outside of my eye. In my case, it's kind of a hazel. It has some flecks, I have freckles of brown in there as well. So I actually can get away with a lot of the color wheel except green to make my eyes pop. Green is way too close to the mix of colors that are in there. This is the same, it's actually considered a genetic mutation, a slight flaw. It's the same thing that causes people to have one brown eye and one blue eye. I just have it in the middle. And when you see men, not women in most cases, but men with brown hair or blonde hair and a red beard, that is a similar, so those are all heterochromias, which means different colors. So they're all related, but they're on different genes. We're not going to worry too much about the genetics of this. So how do I use this for my makeup? Today I'm just going to use my Milk concealer as my primer. We're just going to play with colors a little. I'm going to do at least one eyelet for you. Let's go dot dot. It is Sunday here. And the smoke is back, sadly, which obviously sucks for us having smoke, but sucks more for people fighting fires or living in fire zones. So please, please don't just think positive things. Vote in ways that change. I'm going to keep harping on this. Sorry, it may sound like a broken record. Vote in ways that change our world and make it better. And donate to the Australian Red Cross, the New South Wales Fire Service, various local charities that are helping people. If you can, donate directly in the form of water, if you're here in Australia, water, food, good clothing items and things like that. And you know, if you're a volunteer and you're trained to do this, thank you for your hard work. So check the emergency services website and the Australian Red Cross to find out what you can do. Wearing sunblock. Are you wearing sunblock? Even though it's cloudy outside and we have fires going like crazy, the UV index right now is 2 and it's 8 in the morning or something. It's 8 in the morning, UV index is 2. And it's meant to get up to 11 today. So I'll do a video on my thoughts on sunscreen. Remember, I'm not a doctor. Alright, so I've just set all of that. And I'm just using my Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer as my transition shade. So I think we were all enjoying when it cooled down a bit and the firefighters were able to get ahead of a few of the blazes. We'll just see what happens. I know it's slightly indulgent creating videos while this is going on, but I don't want people to forget that we have stuff going on in our lives after the fire, and some people do need to escape from all the difficulty of this. I am in a safe place. I'm staying in my house by doing this. I'm staying safe, and I think that's one of the reasons I keep doing it, is to give me something to do while this emergency is going on, so I'm not in anyone's way. And yes, we have donated to the fires. My family and my partner's, my fiance's family. Oh, and everything's fine. My ring's just in the bedroom and the baby's in there asleep. Nothing's wrong. My family and my partner's family both believe in charitable donations whenever you can afford it. So we can, so we do. If you can't, please don't feel bad. You may be able to in the future. So how am I going to make my eyes pop? I've got these great pigments and they'll be great. I will use them just a bit, but let's use one of the palettes I'm trying to use. Urban Decay's Born to Run. So what's going to work best to make my eyes pop? These oranges. Baja, Accelerate, Ignite, and possibly Double Life. I am a bit pale to be wearing Ignite. Sorry, to be wearing Accelerate. However, Steel Shot and Ignite might work really well for me. We can play with those. The other thing I want to play with is the yellow pressed pigment. Okay, so got my brush. I'm going to tap the flat side into the yellow pressed pigment right there. Tap that off. Tap, tap. There we go. And then I'm just going to build that up slowly. And the yellow one is going to take a bit more to build, so I'm going to fast forward through me building it up, but just know, tapping it off and going in. I probably won't do a full face today. I will probably just stick to my eyes. Okay, you may be able to already see this eye is looking a bit more blue than this eye even. They're the same. Alright, using that same brush, I'm now going to dip into Accelerate and Ignite. So Accelerate and Ignite. Back and forth a few times, tap it off, and then put that over it. So the yellow is my base. So same side. Accelerate, Ignite, Accelerate, Ignite. Tap, tap, tap. Grab my mirror and go again over that yellow. Tap. And start blending. You can still see the yellow in there, but now there's a bit of orange. Now I'm going to take the point of my brush and tap into both of those. Tap that off. So this is my eye without any makeup. This is my eye with makeup. Can we see the blue popping just a bit more over here and over here? All right. One more dip into both of those. Got a little bit under my eye, but that's okay. There we go. Now, with my other eye, because of the weird eye thing, let's pretend my eye is green, because it kind of is. So I'm going to go with what works best for green. And there is a reason I picked yellow as well as orange, because green and red are opposite each other, and this time I'm going to go red and purple, which means over here with Hellride and Wild Heart, and let's see what that does. I'm also going to grab, again, some of the red pigment from the Makeup Geek one, lay that down as a base to give you a background, and then we'll go from there. So, other eye, red to start with. Be careful with red, because if you get it right in the edge, it can look really bloodshot, and if you get it in your waterline, you may look a little bloodshot. But if you're layering it, this can work really well. And when you're using these pressed pigments, I find setting my makeup first works really well. If you don't have a pressed pigment, grab a matte shade from your collection that's similar to these colors. All right, so we've got the red down. That takes a little less building than the yellow, as you can tell quite quickly. Again, I'm just gonna keep using the same brush. I'm gonna color switch, I'm gonna color switch a little. Gosh, color switches, they're just great. Oh, I thought my palette broke for a second. I did try to grab something. All right, so Hellride first, because that's the matte right there. I'm just gonna stick the flat side on that, tap that off, and let's go. And into Wild Heart, which is the metallic. You get a little crazy red going on the sides. Yeah. Alright, I think you can actually see it quite well here. So, we've got two colors that theoretically most people consider quite similar. Red and orange. We've got two eyes that are on the same person, that are the same. But you can see, I think quite well, in my oranger eye that it looks a bit more blue, and in my red eye that it looks a bit more green. So let's try that again. There. And there. Trying to look right at the camera and not at my monitor. What do we think? Does it work? There's a lot more to makeup color theory as well. Undertones play a huge role. I use products with cool undertones because I have cool undertones. What if I were to pull out a blue eyeshadow and do blue? That, again, much like green, is going to make my eyes blend with the eyeshadow. Blue and green will always do that to someone with eyes like mine. And you can still play with them though. They look amazing. It makes your eye, the color not pop, but it makes the makeup really obvious, I find. Whereas here, the eye is popping. The makeup is actually slightly receding because they're such deep colors. So there we go. Me just playing around with some colors, having some fun with some color theory. I'm going to include Samantha Ravindall's color theory video down in the description box. It's much better than this, but she doesn't play with the makeup in it, I think, quite as much. She plays with the colors. So yeah, this was a much more basic video for us today. I'm going to redo my eyes in one color. I haven't decided yet. I might just go neutral today. I've been a bit colorful the last few days. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Like this video if you enjoyed it. I like a bit of randomness occasionally with my makeup videos. I will see you soon. Mwah! Bye! So you've got your three primary colors. Your blue, I'm learning how to point, yellow, and red. Let me try that again.